Welcome to Old Ass Movie Review, folks. I'm David, that's Scott. We are here to review Violent Night. 2022, it's now at the point of us recording, is streaming on Prime.
Yeah, that's where I watched it. It was on Prime.
Yeah, very good movie. I'm going to go down to the stars first. But before I go any further, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave us some comments, say hello, share us around. Evidently, it helps the algorithm. I don't believe it because this is YouTube. Rumble, however, it works. So you Rumblers out there, let's get ready to rumble. This is starring. I am so good at this job.
You should have a podcast.
Actually, I am not good at this job, but I like doing it anyway.
So tell us, Dave. Tell us who's in this movie.
Who is in this movie? Is David Harbour, plays Santa Claus. That's the guy from
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. He was also Hellboy in the last Hellboy movie, which I think, honestly, he was better than the other guy, but that's my opinion.
I have not seen the last Hellboy. Cool.
Oh, you didn't? I think you'll enjoy it. Cool. John Leguizamo, who played Scrooge. Beverly D'Angelo blew my mind. I did not know she was in this movie.
I didn't either. I was like, wait a minute, I recognize her.
Yeah. She plays Gertrude. Alex Hassel is he's the dad of the little girl in the movie. He plays Jason. Alexis Louder plays Linda, his wife. She was striking.
I've seen her before.
I know I've seen her before, but I'm not
sure where. Yeah.
But she had a really good power about her. I think this was a good role for her, but I don't think it was the perfect role for her, because when she came on screen for me, I was like, that man would have done whatever she asked. If she said, stop being a pussy to your mom, because she had such a power about her. And you and I have talked about female actresses trying to pull that off. And
she didn't have to.
She wasn't trying. She just walked out there and the camera said, I'm in love with you. You're perfect. Keep going.
It's that swagger. It's that,
yes. She was dynamite. You know, I hope to see her in a lot more stuff. Her name, again, was Alexis Louder.
Yeah.
Edie Patterson was Alva, the older sister.
Oh, she's great. Jason. She was great.
She was so terrible, but so great.
Oh, my God. Yeah, great. That actress had to have a great time with this role. I was just, I'd laugh every time she'd open her mouth. It's like, because she was so sleazy and loving every second of it.
Just chewing up the scenery, man. Cam, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, so I'm going to try. Cam Gajanet, Morgan Steele. I think that was
great.
That was her boyfriend or her husband or lover or whatever. Boy, what a weird relationship those two had. But he was fun. Leah Brady was Trudy, and that's the little girl. I don't know if I should bother going through everybody else's name.
No, you can probably stop right there.
The only one I want to go through is was it Candy Cane? Was that the crazy blonde Candy Cane?
Yeah, the psycho, this universe's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, exactly. Which was awesome. She would have been a good Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Mitra Suri was Candy Cane, and she was also, I think Kat said she saw her name as one of the stunt coordinators.
Oh.
So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, you got one of the stunt people in there. And Alexa, I got to put this kid's name out there. Alexander Elliott played Bert. That's the teenage son. Yeah, Bertrude. That was the teenage son of Alva and Morgan Steele.
Yeah.
And that kid was such a turd. He was a typical TikToker recording himself, trying to be all street. Kid had no idea what street was in real life.
No.
But that was funny. I know what I liked about this movie, and I like this movie a lot, but I want to hear your take on it, because usually we text back and forth. We didn't do that a whole lot today.
Well, yeah, I had plans and got sidetracked yesterday and actually had to finish it today. I'm going to start by saying this is not the movie I thought it was. For some reason, when I heard about this movie, my brain took anything I saw or heard about it and turned it into some other type of movie.
Right, like a slasher flick.
When I heard, because back in the 80s, I saw a movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night, and that's what it kept sticking in my head.
God, I hate that movie.
And then, people would say, it's got some good kills, but then, people would say this is, like John Wick
right.
kind of, and I think, and I also was under the weird impression that it was just some guy in a Santa suit.
Right.
Okay, full stop. Imagine my surprise about 5 minutes in when I realized we're dealing with the real freaking Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, where are we going? And go ahead.
No,
real quick. It just
they establish everybody's characters like that.
And Santa Claus is disgruntled. He's really upset with the state of the world. This movie has got messages all out throughout. And it surprised me that this is one of the most Christmas movies that I think we've watched this year.
I was going to say, you wanted to see a good Christmas movie. We purposely waited for this one. Yeah,
this is required.
There was a couple of those moments in this freaking movie, ladies and gentlemen.
That little girl. Oh my God.
Because she's heartbreaking.
Oh, her belief. Oh God.
We'll set it up real quick. Santa Claus is disgruntled. I think he's losing power, but he still can give gifts and stuff. But he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't want to do it
for so long.
People are stupid. They don't leave him real cookies anymore.
They're greedy.
Boxes of cookies. They leave him, warm milk. People are greedy. They're just trash. Like when he walks in, he's giving gifts and he sees the little baby and he looks over at the drunk guy that's passed out drinking his beer. He leaves a nice gift that I'm sure the little baby wasn't supposed to get, but he takes the guy's beer. He's a drunk. Santa Claus is just a dead-on drunk.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking it takes a lot to get this particular Santa drunk because he didn't stop drinking for most of the movie.
No, he was drunk most of the movie.
He's handing out presents. He's disgruntled. He goes to these rich people's house. Hell breaks loose. The reindeer take off. He's stuck at the house, so he's trying to leave. And I think there's a gunshot, right? What makes him turn around and look at the house again. And he sees the little girl in the house. And he walks up to the window and he's looking in the window and he sees the little girl and he sees the guys with the guns. And he's like, son of a bitch. He's like, he already knows what he's got to do.
Yeah.
And he does it. And he does it in a very John Wick sort of way.
Well, and what's funny is this movie makes a lot of jokes at itself. There's Die Hard references. There was another reference that I meant to write down that just cracked me up. And it was just a comment that was made that came from another movie. It was a quote from another one of these action type movies. I was like, wait a minute. Wait, what? Oh, I see what you did. But
they referenced Home Alone really a lot.
Oh, big time with Home Alone.
Oh, man, the little girl. I don't know. Do we want to do a lot of spoilers? Or
I don't want to do a lot of spoilers on this. Yeah, it's been out for a year. But yeah, the little girl, it sets it up really early. She'd watched Home Alone and she's, this Macaulay Culkin's Scream.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't think about it again until she's hiding away in the house from the people. What it is these are super rich people. They've made a lot of enemies and people know they have money. And these guys show up to steal it. There's a lot of double crossing and the little girl's hiding in the attic and she starts putting forth the traps. And these traps, so heads up, this is an R-rated film for language, violence, gore. It surprised me that,
and yet it's Christmassy.
Well, here's the thing: it was done in such a way I felt like I was reading a graphic novel or a comic book.
Yeah,
it felt like bam, 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 and it was gross. It was over the top, but it was comic book style to me. And it wasn't just super gratuitous. It was, I think it was just so well done, man.
And I think that's why I liked this so much is the violence that's dished out to the naughty list is well deserved.
Oh yeah.
The violence that's dished out on Santa Claus, you're just like, oh my God, And initially I was like, oh, he'd be dead. And then I was like, no, he's not. Because it's magic. He is
let me talk about that. Yeah, he's a magic being. And once I've realized that, I thought, oh God, please please do not make him a god. Do not make him
Right.
superpowered. Don't make him Superman. And they, at no point does he ever become Superman.
But he's really hard to kill.
He's really
Like,
hard to
there's
kill
a
as
lot
long
of
as
shit
some
he should have killed him.
as
in
long
this
as somebody
movie.
believes. As long as
And
there's
then
belief,
it's
he
like
is there.
Tinkerbell. It's like
Yeah.
Tinkerbell. They do have the Tinkerbell moment, which is
Yes.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But this John Leguizamo plays a really good character. Also,
He
he's the head.
does.
He's the head of all the bad guys, and he knows where everything's at. He knows all the traps. He knows what to expect before anybody says anything. That's how good he is at doing this. And yet, he gets foiled by a double cross, and he's going nuts. He finds out that there's a guy dressed up like Santa Claus taking out his guys. And there's a scene where he's questioning Santa Claus. He's got them all tied up with lights. And I forgot what the question was, but he says something, and Santa Claus says, "Well, Johnny, you need to just relax."
Jimmy,
and the Jimmy, and the Bjorn or whoever it was, like Tinsel Boy or whatever, is like, "How does he know your name?" He's like, "Come on, Bjorn, I brought you your damn BMX." He goes, "I know why he's in a bad mood. Why are you? Why are you doing this?" And then he calls the girl her name, and they're all looking at each other, and the girl's like, "Oh my god, this is Santa." And John Leguizamo bitches them both out, like, "He's not Santa. Shut up. You guys, you're crazy. Are you really that stupid?" And her character, I thought, was going to go one way and did not.
I know.
So I thought that was really cool. That was a good surprise. But whenever Bjorn sees Santa Claus go up the chimney,
dude,
he's like, "He's
that
gone."
chimney's
He's
only
like,
about that big around.
They're like, "Where did he go?" He looks up the chimney. He's like, "There's no way he got up there." He goes, "I'm telling you, I watched him go up the chimney."
That was cool.
That's Santa. And after that, Bjorn doesn't really want to F with this guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of doing it because he's there and he has no choice. He'll get killed. But he's also a mean guy, so he enjoys being mean, whatever. But yeah, this movie is not what I thought it was going to be. There is quite a few moments, and it's the little girl that gets me. That when she's on the radio talking to Santa, or especially when they see face to face and Santa's talking to her, and it's like, oh my god, they acted so well together that you believed this Santa Claus was going to kill a whole lot of bad guys just for this little girl.
Yeah.
And he does. He does a lot of killing in this movie. But they were on the naughty list.
They were. That was fine. Yeah, and that goes naughty. Back. He had a bag of holding, and
that's what it was. I was trying to think of what you would call that.
There's a bag of holding, and he had the scroll that kept the naughty and good list. And he constantly referenced it's Christmas magic. I really don't understand it. And what I really
asked him, how did you become Santa Claus? He's like, I have no idea. I was very cool. Naughty, because he's trying to explain to her who he was, and he's just I was very naughty.
That brings me to I would watch another movie of his beginning.
Yes,
because they show flashbacks to him as looks like a Viking warrior, because he's covered in Viking runes.
I'm thinking of Berserker. I'm thinking he was a Berserker.
And he had that hammer, Skull Crusher, and it was neat to see. And it's like, I would love to see what happened, what magic happened to make him who he was.
Did he get saved?
Yeah.
Because he's basically saved from whatever he was doing.
Yep.
Because he said, I was very bad. I was very naughty. And he's just standing there with that hammer. It's blood. And he's telling the story to the little girl. He's telling a little bit of the story. And the more he's telling her, the more excited she's getting. Like, you are, like, she's saying, you can see it in her face thinking, you're even cooler Santa Claus than I thought possible.
Yeah. See, I didn't see that coming. I thought that was neat. I'd like to see where they were going with their lore, what they wanted to do with it. It's cool. It's really, really freaking cool. It has that moment. It reminds me of Elf, at the end. And it's like a Tinkerbell
Yeah.
moment. Everybody has to believe. It's that,
Yeah.
and it's a feel good thing. And it's man, that it's that little girl when she's talking to him and he's
Yeah.
telling her that, like you said, but then he starts telling her all the letters that she wrote to him. And
That's how she knows that it's him.
and dude, it was so touching. It's like, I just, that she's great in this. And it,
When you were 7, you
yeah.
wrote me this, and when you were 8, you wrote. He's like, and last year you wrote, and he's like, oh my god, I got your letter this year, and she's like, really? And at first she's thinking that it's because she's kind of iffy. Maybe it's
Mhm.
not Santa Claus; it's somebody else on the
Yeah.
radio fucking with her. Because she's right, she ran away from the killers, and then when he starts talking about that, it's like, oh my god. Oh my
Yeah.
god. But that radio wasn't what I thought it was either. I thought that radio was going to be magic.
I did too.
The magic is all the coincidences that keep
Well,
happening.
see, and that's
like-
why I
Go ahead.
applaud these filmmakers is
No.
they could have made him such a magical being
Yeah.
to a ridiculous level. And I'm so
Yeah.
glad they didn't, because it kept it grounded. It kept it,
Yeah.
I believe, after watching this.
Right?
And I was like,
Right?
yeah, this was good. This was a
They
good
made
movie.
him an immortal, but immortals are not unkillable.
Yeah.
Like if you read Norse mythology, and I'm thinking he comes out of Norse mythology somewhere. Like,
Well, it's interesting when he starts listing all his names.
Yeah.
And he's in all these different languages. Yeah.
Out of Norse mythology. And I was just like, how would you like me sitting there talking to this guy and him just tell you he's going to kill you because you're on the naughty list, and you've already, he's just killed like 10 guys that should have been unkillable by this guy.
When that other team shows up, that naughty list just grows and grows and grows.
It's funny. He just keeps opening. He's like, oh, geez, they're all naughty.
But I guess that's why I liked this character, because he wasn't a superhero.
Right. He was he was a hero, but he wasn't he was more of a Punisher.
Yes.
John Wick.
Yes.
He was,
very Frank Castle.
Very fragile.
Yeah.
Very fragile in comparison.
Damaged, flawed.
Yeah.
But with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
But he lost his way. He lost his way. And here's the thing. There's the theme for the whole movie. Everybody in this movie lost their way.
Yep. And the people who needed to find it found it again.
Yep.
Even the mom.
Yes. Oh, dude, that cracked me up so much. When he had, I'm going to spoil the movie, folks. Okay. When he stole all that money, she was proud of him because
it's the first thing he ever did that she was proud of.
That's what our family does. They take what's theirs. I'm so proud of you. And she genuinely was proud. Her whole demeanor toward him changed.
Yeah. She actually loved him at that point.
Yes. It was like, what the hell?
How sick is this?
Oh, but it was good.
The little girl is talking to Santa. She actually starts crying.
Yeah.
It's to see Beverly D'Angelo play the character she plays in this.
Oh, it's good.
Actually odd, because I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing her as big a bitch. And she's another one. When she walks into the room, you're like, okay, everybody's got to pay attention now. But that little girl was adorable. The mom who played the little girl's mom was absolutely just phenomenal. Like, I was waiting for her to just beat up everybody, but you can't do that in this movie. And it would have been believable had she had a staff.
You're just ready to get back to the Pam Grier films, aren't you?
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's fun.
Come on, February. So, what else am I going to say about this movie? I cannot. Oh my God, it's just so good.
It's fun. It's fun.
Budget. It's fun, and with all the violence, with all the swearing, with all the kills, it's still very Christmassy. When it ends, it is Christmassy, and he gets a note when he opens up the note that the reindeer brought him.
God, because that was his wish. That was his wish.
Tear in my eye. Then I was like, no.
Dude, it was Santa got his wish, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's touching. it is. I was in shock a little while ago when it ended that I had just watched one of the most Christmassy Christmas movies with the highest body count. Uh, there's vomit, there's piss, there's gore, there's heads being decapitated. It's just,
There's
oh my
probably more
God.
kills in this movie than there is in The Hogfather. And the ones
Yeah.
in The Hogfather aren't nearly as brutal as this one.
This is brutal, but I was apprehensive about it.
Right.
But I didn't need to be, because it felt like a comic book, and it felt like a fun comic, not
I
not
thought
Garth
going in I
Ennis.
was going to enjoy it.
So,
And I did. I did enjoy this movie because of they put together a great trailer.
yeah,
They really did. And they misled you in good ways. At least they misled me in good ways.
yes,
Things happened that I didn't think were going to happen in this. Like the radio. I thought the radio was going to be magic. I thought she was just going to be talking. It was
yeah.
going to be there. And it's like, oh, that's cool. But that's not what happened.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I was too. It all makes sense. But everything that you would look at in a normal movie, and you were watching, let's say this was just Joe Blow up the street trying to save a little girl, and all the coincidences happened, and it wasn't Christmas, you'd be like, this is a terrible script.
Yes,
But
you would tear it
because
apart.
this guy is Santa Claus, all the coincidences happen, and every time somebody asks him how does that happen, he's like, Christmas
Even he
magic.
doesn't know.
I don't know how it works. And and everybody's just looking at him like, how do you not know? You're fucking Santa Claus. How do you not know how this works? He's like, I don't know. He's get out of there. He's like, I don't even know why I'm Santa Claus. Like
Yeah,
he has no idea why. So yeah, dude, if they
neat.
made another one of these, I would watch it. I
want to see his origin.
yeah.
I think it would be cool.
Makes me want to see like who was he before he became Santa Claus, and how did he become Santa Claus? Because they didn't bog you down with his backstory. They
I'm
gave
glad.
you just enough.
I wanted to see more, but it was perfect. It's like, oh crap. Now I want to know what exactly happened.
Something tells me they filmed or were going to shoot a lot more if they didn't film it, and then edited all that out.
It could be.
Something tells me that the director or whoever was sitting there looking at it going, we're giving too much away. We're giving too much away. That's I want to keep it mysterious.
And that worked.
Cool.
That worked.
And if they never make another one, I will be absolutely happy with this one because I'm going to buy this one. I'm going to.
This was good. This is this doesn't normally happen that I run across a movie that instantly jumps near the top of my all-time list. This is I highly recommend it. It is. I think why I love it is because it's fresh. It's different. Yeah. It's like I just watched a full-on action movie that was a Christmas movie that was filled with Christmas spirit and love. And I applaud the filmmakers for pulling this off. It was brilliant. It was absolutely so. It's because they were subtle with it. They were.
This is good writing. You always complain about bad writing. I have to give the absolute props to the good writing in this.
Absolutely. This is good, man.
The guy's
this was really good.
Will Corca? Hold on just a second. I'm sorry. I don't remember anybody's name. That's my life. Pat Casey and Josh Miller. The director was Tommy Wirkola. Josh Miller and Pat Casey. They did a good job.
Let me also give a shout out to the cinematography in this. This is a beautifully shot film. And there's a couple. I know there's at least one, but I think I saw a few more. I want to watch again. There's a nice, really long single take when they get to the house. Right. And that camera is just going
coming through. Yeah.
Yes. And it reminded me of a Goodfellas moment with the camera. And it's like, I love watching a single take done well. And that's like, oh, that was brilliant. So many little tricks they did with the camera to keep the movement going and keep your eyes going to places.
Right.
It's the subtle things that a lot of people don't see, but a lot of thought went into how to frame this up and make you see what they wanted you to see. So that was beautiful. I highly recommend it. I can't really say anything negative other than why did I wait so long to watch it?
Right. Because last Christmas it came out and you could stream it, but it was after Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. It came out like January or whatever. Yeah. That's right. So it's like, wow, you're going to let this stream after Christmas.
The cinematographer in this is a guy named Matthew Weston.
Yeah, excellent
he's
job.
Up on IMDb, but I don't I'm not seeing anything else come up on him yet.
Really well done. Really well
he did
done.
a great freaking job. Like you said, the cinematography, the movement, the lighting, everything about this movie makes it move fast. It's
not slow. I don't know. I never once looked at my clock, so it's like, are you done yet?
Packed with action, and when they slow down to talk, it's still got action in it because things are happening and you're moving around.
It's well done, man.
It's well made. It's well acted. It's brilliantly written. And like you said, brutal. The cinematography is great. The story, I love the story. I'm there. Yeah. I'll be watching this one a few more times, probably.
Oh yeah, I will revisit it. Absolutely. I'm shocked. Like I said, my brain made up some other narrative that this was something completely that it wasn't. I had pretty much zero interest. And it's like, I got to watch it. I got to watch it for Dave. I'll watch it. Thank you. I'm glad I went ahead and watched it.
And so that's every once in a while we do things for our friends. We watch a movie.
I don't regret this.
And we regret it. And then every once in a while, we watch a movie and we're like, fuck, that's really good. Thank you for turning me on to that.
Are you saying you do not wish to revisit Dagon in the following year?
I'd rather not. I'd rather go back to the dentist.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I like Fish Lady. I'm just saying. I can get past that, David. I can get past that. It's okay.
There's so much wrong with you. There
is so much wrong with me. But I'm sorry. I'm only human.
Nice eyes and a good smile. Yeah. She's a good dancer, I think.
Yeah. She's got 8 left feet. I mean,
I was gonna say, you beat me to it. God damn it! I was setting myself up for that.
Okay. Yeah. She's better looking than Ursula, and looks like her though. Anyway,
looks kind of like a young Ursula.
So folks, looking for a wonderful Christmas movie, check this one out. I highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. You're going to be surprised at just how Christmassy this thing is. It's there. Yeah. Wow. Check the boxes.
It's a fun ride. It's a fun ride.
Absolutely. So you have anything else to add on the movie?
No, I don't. No. I loved the movie. I really did. I figured I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't know I was going to enjoy it this much.
Right.
As much as I did. And I can't say enough praise for this movie. Everybody in it did perfect.
Oh, it's good.
Everybody was well cast. The casting guy or girl, whoever cast these people, was perfect. They got the cast down perfectly. So that was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Very
That's
cool.
all I got.
All right, folks. So again, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and check us out next week for more movie goodness. And thanks again, as always, for watching, listening, and sharing. We'll catch you next week.